But what about the cross of Christ? Is it not essential for a man to know about that in order to be saved? This leads to a question about the 11 disciples who believed in Jesus before he died. Did they understand the cross or the significance of his death? Did they understand the necessity of his resurrection? Of course they did not. As John 20, verse 9, to mention only one point, makes perfectly clear. You recall that text? In recounting how the unnamed disciple came to believe that Jesus had risen, it is said of Peter and of himself that, quote, as yet they did not know the scripture that he must rise again from the dead. The 11 disciples had believed in Jesus long before they understood that he must die for their sins and rise again. As Peter so emphatically states in John 6:68 to 69, Lord, to whom shall we go? You have the words of eternal life. And we have come to believe and know that you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. The disciples were saved without a knowledge of the death and resurrection of their master, without any theological understanding of that. However, some people today would say, but it's different now that the cross is behind us. Now we have to believe in that as well. Do we? Where does this idea come from? Certainly not from the Gospel of John. Let us think for a moment. The events described in John's Gospel occurred before the cross. We all agree to that, most of them at any rate. But the entire book was written afterward. In my view, it was written about 70 AD, but if you prefer a later date in the 80s, my point is even more forceful. At the time of the writing of the Gospel of John, the cross was years ago. And if belief in the work of the cross was by then necessary for salvation, John definitely gives us the wrong impression by stressing the way the cross dumbfounded even his most intimate disciples.